Hey everyone, welcome back to Aussie Homeschool Adventures. My name's Jo, and today I have my 2020 homeschool curriculum for grade 3 and looking at our combined subjects that I do with my grade 3 and my grade 2 girls. Both of my children are girls. I know it's June, but I wasn't filming in January, and it's taken me sort of a little while to find my groove, and like everyone, COVID has had some impacts on our family and the way things work around here. So this is the first chance I've had to film in a couple of months. So I thought I'd sit down today and take the chance to show you our curriculum for 2020. So let's get started with our group subjects. So both my girls start with what I have found was a daily learning notebook. I got these from Confessions of a Homeschooler. These are her Australian elementary ones. I will put a link in the description down below and you can go and check them out. And just a really simple, basic thing that they can do every morning, hopefully by themselves. So they just write the day and the date and the number of the day down the bottom. And the pages are stuck together. How many days we've been in school, and the temperature and the time. So they're just a really basic calendar notebook. It's a great way for my kids to practice the days of the week, the months of the year, numbers, time, a little bit of math money thrown in there as well. So they're lots of fun and they really enjoy those. So that's our daily calendar notebooks. Both my grade 3 and my grade 2 girl do these. Then we've been doing history this year as a combined subject. So I've chosen to do Story of the World. We're starting with volume 1. So I read the chapter aloud from here, and then I purchased the big activity guide. So this has been really good. This has like teacher stuff in the beginning. Then there's things like map pages that are really handy, just to show the girls where things are and where they relate to. And then there's so like colouring in pages that I often have for them to do while I'm reading, something to do to amuse themselves, I guess, to help them focus while I'm reading the story. So they're enjoying this one. We're about halfway through this now. So that's the Story of the World. That's our history subject. We've started some Australian geography. So I've been using this book as our read aloud story. And then we basically I've found some printables off of Twinkle, which is an Australian, actually I think it's UK website, that does a whole different range of teaching and homeschool resources. It's fantastic. There is a subscription fee. It's fairly low. I was very lucky and that I got a lot of stuff while they were doing it. Over the course of coronavirus lockdown periods, I had a lot of it for free. The payments are there again now, but they're about to offer discounts for homeschool educators, I believe, starting up next week. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for that. So beautiful book, this one. I really like it. So we're just reading the story and then talking about the different places that they've been to, some of the geographical features and the places. We go and watch a YouTube video, fill out a little sheet talking about the name of the state, where it is, what its coat of arms is, what its capital city, just some really basic stuff because they're still quite little. So that's our Australian geography program. It's really basic. Then we do a literacy unit study or a read aloud as well. So this term we're starting with Black Beauty. We've just finished Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I bought these books off of Book Depository. This one's a classic start, so it's it's a retold. I believe it's a little bit simplified. I haven't actually started reading it yet. I read Black Beauty as a child and I loved the story. So I can't wait to share this with my children. And then to go with that, once again, Confessions of a Homeschooler has a lap book. So I've printed out the lap book ready to go. It just has some little activities to go along with the book. Something else to just flesh it out, I guess, maybe, or to add depth to the learning to go along with it. So they're a lot of fun too. We've just done Charlie's one and they thoroughly enjoyed that. So that's our group read aloud. Then we do health as such together as a subject. We've been working our way through, it's health, safety and manners. So we're actually currently doing the safety part of this one. We started it last year. We just pick it up and do it once every week or so, maybe twice a week, or at least once a week. So we just read a bit about this and just talk about it. It's really simple. Ask them a few questions, make sure they're understanding it. A lot of this sort of stuff are things that I've already sort of taught my girls lightly. This is just reinforcing it coming from someone else rather than just straight from mummy. Then we do art. We do art at least once a week. We've been working through Kerry Hess's watercolour tutorials online. They've been lots of fun. We also have a couple of books like this. So these are just Usborne How to Draw books. These are really nice because they're a step-by-step. So they give you like a breakdown of how to draw it. My oldest loves these. She's got 3 of them. She's got the animals, the people one, and then anything, which covers a lot of other stuff as well. And then I've got this one, which just is a little bit more in depth, but it covers other things as well. So we're going to start pulling a bit from this term as well, like drawing objects, and it talks about like shading and toning and things like that. So yeah, so that one's a I got that from Book Depository as well, my favourite supplier of books. Now for science, we are still finishing up our master books, Life, God's Design for Life for Beginners. We're about to start our animal unit on that. We've been enjoying this subject. It's a little bit light now for my grade 3, so I've been adding in a little bit more in-depth stuff for her, but it's great for my grade 2. I haven't found it to be too American. The content hasn't been particularly North American or anything like that. So like I said, these have been covering some of our health things as well. So we've just been doing human body, talking about different parts. It's been really good. Lots of fun and really nice, bright, colourful pictures. This one I printed myself, so some of the marks on the edges are actually from my printer, not from the book itself, if that makes sense. And then I've just been very lucky to have won an amazing prize from Teach, Make, Play and My Little Explorers on Instagram. So they've sent me out their Bug Homes unit. Now it's a little young for my grade 3, but not particularly, because she likes a lot of hands-on stuff and I can always extend her with other things. So we're going to work our way through this Bug Homes unit this term as well. There's some beautiful, look at this, look at these beautiful illustrations. So this is a poster that I'll be putting up in our schoolroom shortly. And then these stickers, oh my goodness. Can you see? They are just divine. So they're all the illustrations from there, and they're all Australian bugs and insects. And then just for fun to go with that, there's their Play-Doh mini kit. So even my grade 3 girl still loves her Play-Doh fun. So yeah, so that's our combined subjects that we are doing together. So both of my girls will work together on those, and we do them together. So we do morning books together, then we do history and geography every day, and then in the afternoons we rotate through. So Mondays we do science, Tuesdays we do art, Wednesdays we'll do science again, and then Thursday we do health. That's just how I've found that it works best for us and our family, allocating that day, and then we get through the subjects, hopefully. But we're flexible, and sometimes we'll go off on a tangent because we'll get interested in something and we'll fall down that rabbit hole, but it works for us. So my grade 3, there's one more combined subject. I forgot, how terrible of me. Both of my girls have been working through this one as our combined Bible subject. So this is also Master Books. This is More Than Words Level 1. And it's been a really beautiful curriculum. Now I won't show you anything that they've filled out just for them. Let me find a page that we haven't done anything yet. So starts with a journal entry from one of her kids, and then we've got talking about it. There's a key truth, some beautiful copy work to do, either a hymn study or a picture study, character study, so we get to talk about what different characters are, like characteristics that we want to see. Then usually a beautiful colouring in page that they love. And then summarising it all on day 4. So both of my girls are working through level 1 of that, and we've been really enjoying it. Once again, as an Australian using master books, I don't find this one American at all particularly. The seasons don't line up quite in the story where we're at, but that's not a big deal. For us, we just talk about the fact that it's not like that here at the moment. Things like snow, my girls are fascinated by because we live in Queensland. They've never seen snow. I've never seen snow. So it's a bit of a foreign concept for me, but it's okay. We still really enjoy this as a Bible subject. So that's it now for our combined subjects. Now, for my, both my girls, well, my grade 3 has sight word cards. These are just the ones that are recommended by the curriculum we've chosen, but she doesn't actually need them now. She's can nail all of these without having to sound them out. So she's not actually working through them as such. So currently she doesn't have any sight words, but we do sight words as such. For language lessons, I am also using, you're going to sense a bit of a theme here, I'm using master books again. I actually really love master books. I am enjoying it both to teach it, and my girls seem to enjoy the style to learn from it. So this is language lessons 3. We've only just started it. We're actually a little bit out of sync with our school year. It's just the way it worked for us last year with breaks, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We're working through at our own pace, and we will just keep working. So I really love this lesson book. So we have a story at the start of every week that they get to read. Then there's things like exercises. They do a little exercise every day. The lessons are short and sweet. They only take us about 15-20 minutes to do, which is perfect. It's about all the attention span I get out of both my kids. There is spelling included, so we take the spelling words out of here and then do different activities every day with that list of words. My oldest does their dictionary pages, which she loves. So they're just a page like that I print out off the printer. She gets to draw a picture, write the letter and the word up the top, and then looks up the definition of the word in the dictionary, and yeah, copies it all out onto the page, which she absolutely loves doing. So that's her language lesson, and then we do independent reading. So she'll read anything from, she really enjoys these, the Billy B. Brown books. I got these at Big W. And yeah, so that's what she's been reading at the moment. That's her new favourite genre. There's others that she likes to read or tries to read, but these have been a really good find for her, something that she can actually read independently and she really enjoys. So then for handwriting, now because we're in Australia, there is handwriting mixed in there, I guess, but I have chosen to use the Queensland Targeting Handwriting books for both my girls. So level 2, we started with that one at the start of this year, just so she could work out how all the letters joined and where things linked up and all of that sort of thing, because she hadn't done any cursive handwriting or technically Queensland font writing before, because I hadn't bothered with it. But I thought, she was talking about wanting to learn how to do cursive and things like that, so I thought we'd just start with this one and have a go. So she's nearly done with this one, and then I have the grade 3 book for her to start when she's ready to move on. So we'll do that sometime soon. So the lines the lines and that just get a little bit smaller. Yeah. So it's more running writing. It's that cursive. I say running writing. I don't know if I call it that anymore. That's what I called it in high school. In primary school. I was never very good at it. I actually prefer printing. And at the end of the day, I'm sorry, this might offend some people. I don't care if she can do modern Queensland cursive. As long as she can write legibly so people can actually read what she's written, I'll be a happy person. A very happy mummy. So that's our handwriting for my grade 3 girl. And then our math subject. Are you ready? Surprise! It's master books. So we're working on level 3, math lessons for a living education. Once again, I have been really enjoying these. My daughters really enjoy them. They love the stories about Charlie and Charlotte that are woven all the way through it. And it's a real life application for these maths, how they use these mathematical concepts and ideas in everyday life. It's been a little bit American, more than the other subjects that I found, much more than like the language arts or the science. The biggest issues I've found from that point of view in this has been things like measurements and money. That's about it. And even then, all I've been doing is getting Australian supplements from Twinkle once again for money. The measurement stuff, more often than not, I just do a straight swap from inches to centimeters, and that works fine for finding out perimeters of things like that. It's usually more than enough to just swap it straight from inches to centimeters. Like unit measurements and stuff, so mils and litres versus whatever they use, quarts and ounces or something. We didn't go into that. I've just done Australian measurements with her. She's learned all of that using activities from Twinkle, but we read the story bit out of here as well. We just didn't do the pages out of that. That was mostly in grade 2. Grade 3, we haven't found any of that yet. So we've only just started this book. But it looks really good once again. Once again, we do the same style format as all of them. So you have a lovely little story at the beginning, which they love to read. And then sometimes it'll be a review sort of subject at the beginning. And then, just one little page, activity-wise, exercises to do every day. We do a double lesson because we don't do school on Fridays. And that's just our choice. And that works really well for us to just do school 4 days a week. We have lots of fun with that. So that's her maths. So that's my grade 3's curriculum that she's doing. I hope you found that helpful. If you want to have any more of a flick through the books or have any other questions for me about master books and why I've chosen it or how I find it as an Australian, let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer any questions, happy to help you out with that any way that I possibly can. But in my honest opinion, and I've been homeschooling now, my daughter is in grade 3. We started when she was in pre-primary, so about 4 years old. She's now nearly 9. So I've been homeschooling for a while. I've homeschooled her from kindergarten through to now. I've chosen other curriculums in the past and used other things and enjoyed them. I used My Father's World for kindergarten and first grade for her. We really loved it. It was a beautiful, once again, American program, because I found that the American programs are actually written for homeschool families. They're not written by a teacher in a classroom that thinks they can then take a classroom program and put it into a homeschool environment and think that it will just work, because 9 times out of 10 it doesn't quite flow as well. Whereas the master books and the My Father's Worlds that I've looked at are written by homeschooling curriculum companies for homeschoolers. It's been really nice to use the master book stuff. I love that it comes from a very strong God worldview. It teaches with God as the center and everything comes out of that. So we really like that as a Christian family. It may not suit you if you are not strong in that sort of regard. You can kind of overlook it in some of the things, especially the maths and the English a little bit. Some of the other subjects like your Bible obviously wouldn't work for you. Science might be a little bit trickier to avoid the Christian stuff in that, but they're a really nice Charlotte Mason inspired style. I wouldn't say they were a pure Charlotte Mason from my understanding of her methodology, but they're a short 10, 15, 20 minute lesson. They're getting a little bit longer now for my grade 3 girl as she's getting older, so they do grow that in length as the children age, which they should, because as they get older they should be able to handle a slightly longer lesson length. But we really enjoy the master books. I don't find them too American. I find their lesson length really good. I'm finding the retention of the information is quite well as well. My oldest girl has had in the last month, her switch for reading has just flicked, and she's gone from not being able to read very well at all, very fluidly. She'd have to read and sound out every single word, to reading now with some great fluidity, and she's starting to learn inflection and how to read with a bit of feeling and emotion. So I'm really stoked with that. So that, in summary, is my grade 3 girls. And I will also film a separate video now and talk about my grade 2 daughters' curriculum choices for 2020. I hope that's been helpful. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. Like this video if you found it helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.